This is Bill Hornbarger, Chief Investment Officer at Benjamin F. Edwards, with three things to watch for the week of September 22nd, 2025. Well, last week, the Federal Reserve cut interest rates for the first time in 9 months, and market participants are very anxious to hear what they have to say about the economy and about the future path of interest rates. And we're going to get plenty of opportunities this week. We've got 18 different Fed speakers on the tape this week, starting Monday morning all the way out through Friday. The highlights are probably going to be Fed Chairman Powell. He speaks on Wednesday. And then the new Fed Governor, Stephen Murrin, actually speaks on Monday. So again, he was the lone dissent that voted for a 50 basis point cut as opposed to the 25 that the Fed actually enacted. Coming out of the Fed meeting, the dot plot, the economic projections, a pretty wide band around those. So I think people are going to be really interested to hear what Fed Chairman Powell has to say. We expect him to say, again, that some concern over the labor markets, inflation, again, a little high and stubbornly high. And really, it's going to be future interest rate policy will be based on incoming data. So we'll keep an eye on that. Away from that, we have a lot of data this week. We're going to get readings on durable goods orders, new home sales. We'll get the third and final estimate of second quarter GDP, and probably the big one will be personal consumption expenditures, or core PC in particular. That's the Fed's favored measure of inflation. It's expected at 2.9%. So again, that's well above, the 2% stated target. And interestingly enough, looking both at the dot plot and some of the early comments we've seen here on Monday morning, the Fed's really saying they don't expect to see that 2% target until 2028. So something to keep an eye on. And then finally, we'll get a smattering of earnings reports coming in. Just a couple, Micron Technology, AutoZone, Costco will probably be the highlights. But again, we're mostly through the earnings season, starting to focus on what Q3 will look like. But again, probably the highlight this week is going to be the plethora of Fed speakers on the tapes.